up, YouTube? This is Strarctica 9000 bringing you an OU match I had with my good buddy Halo15Freak. It was a good match. Sorry I can't be a little obnoxious today. I'm trying to get over my allergies. Frickin' seasonal changes only in New York. So, he's gonna lead off with his Jellicent. I'm gonna lead off with Metagross and set up my Stealth Rocks. And, he's going to go for the Acid Armor, which is a surprise on this set. I was expecting a Will-O-Wisp, but I wouldn't have really cared if he got a Will-O-Wisp on me. So I'm going to switch out anyway, and I am going to go into my Hydreigon next, who is Choice Scarfed. I decided not to go for his specs, just because I love using my double Scarf team. He goes for his Scald, and I'm going to take that Resist. And he's going to switch out, go into his Chansey, knowing he could take any attack from my Hydreigon, Random Earthquake. Because he's especially defensive, and he's got the Eviolite, so my Dark Pulse isn't going to do anything to it. Despite the fact that it's Stab, and I have max special attack. So I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go back into my Metagross again. And he's going to go for the Toxic, but I'm going to resist that because I am Steel type and Poison type attacks won't affect me whatsoever. So he's going to go back into his Jellicent, predicting my Meteor Mash. And I did go for that. I just wanted to see if I could get an attack boost off of it. But unfortunately for me, I don't. So I'm going to stay in, scout what he's going to do by going for another Meteor Mash. And then I'll just predict him the next turn, because that's what I do around these here parts. So he's going to take a decent amount of damage there, but my Meteor Mash is going to be locked out because of the Cursed Body, and I'm going to take another Toxic and not get affected by it, which is good thing I stayed in. So I'm going to switch out now. Then I am going to go for the go to my Salamence, but what he does is he just goes for Recover, and I think he switches out next turn. I'm not really certain on it, but I'm not. We'll just find out. He gets all the HP back because of the Recover and the leftovers and all that shenanigans, and he does switch out, and he goes into his Ferrothorn, and I should have kind of predicted that, and I should have just gone for the Fire Fang, but I decided to go for the Dragon Claw just for lulz and stuff. And that doesn't even do anything at all to the Ferrothorn. I'm just going to take damage from the Iron Barbs. So there goes my plan. I have to switch out because I'm locked into Choice Scarf, because my Salamence is also locked into Scarf. I have dual Scarfers on my team, like I mentioned earlier. So I'm going to go into my Volcarona, who's Choice Spect, and Halo predicts that he's going to switch into his Jellicent again, and I think I switch out, I'm not sure. Or, wait a second. I think I stay in, actually. Or, no, I do switch out, never mind. This wasn't a live narration, so, I'm going to go into my own Jellicent, and he's going to go for the Scald, and I'm going to take that because I have Water Absorb. Too bad for you, that is. So he can't really hurt me. Well, he can go for the Toxic, but they think that misses. Wait, no, that hits me. That sucks, though. My Will-O-Wisp missed, but his Toxic hits me. That's just... I hate it so much. So I have to switch out. Wait, I think he switches out his Jellicent first, predicting my Scald. And I do actually go for the Scald, just to see... Or wait, no, I don't go for the Scald. I don't know what's wrong with me. So I go for the Will-O-Wisp instead, just to get the burn on him. But I don't really think that matters because Chansey has Natural Cure on it. So I'm going to have to switch out here. And I think I go back into my Metagross. I'm not sure. But slowly, the Chansey's going to take some good damage from the burn. And... No, I don't go into Metagross. I go into my Virizion. And Chansey's going to set up its Stealth Rock, which sucks. because that means Volcarona's just gonna get pounded the next time I switch into it. So I'm going to go for the Swords Dance. Maybe I should have just gone for the close combat, but whatever floats your boat. So he's gonna go for the Toxic. Maybe he thought he could have lived a close combat. Who knows? I don't know why he stayed in. Doesn't matter though. So I think I just take it out here, or does he switch out? I'm not sure. Yeah, he switches out. I predict the Jellicent switch. Or wait, no, not the Jellicent switch. He goes into his Gliscor. Actually, I would have predicted him either way, so I go for the Leaf Blade, and that's going to deal a chunk of damage to the Gliscor. And I think that nearly kills it, too. Yeah, it just barely survives. And I go for the Swords Dance, predicting the Protect, because that's what Gliscor usually does. It just likes to do them shenanigans. Wait a second, no, I went for the Leaf Blade, because we had a match beforehand, and it kind of got disconnected, because you know how Nintendo Wi-Fi is. It randomly disconnects you, so he knew I would try and over-predict, so I decided to just go for the Leaf Blade, and I knocked out that Gliscor pretty quick. And now he's going to go into his Arcanine, and I'm not sure why he brought Arcanine to OU. Like, he told me that he didn't know at the time that it was UU, but whatever floats your boat, once again. And he outspeeds me. I think he said it was either... I think he did say it was Choiced. Not sure if it was Scarf or Banvo. But whatever, so I go into my Salamence once again. And yeah, I go for the... I want to say I go for the Earthquake here. Yeah, I do go for the Earthquake because I once again decided not to go for the Dragon Claw. So I go for the Earthquake, which is going to do okay amount of damage, despite the fact that it's 1 times damage and whatnot. So I'm going to stay in, go for another Earthquake. Hopefully it will kill it, but unfortunately for me, that's not going to kill. And it's got that Leech Seed, and I know I have to switch out, otherwise my Salamence is going to die to the Leech Seed. So that's what I'm going to do this turn. I'm going to switch out, get rid of my Leech Seed, so the Ferrothorn doesn't continuously gain HP while I'm left to die. So I'm going to switch out, and I think I go into my Volcarona here. And at this point, it didn't even matter what move I picked, because whatever it was, Volcarona is just going to die anyway. So he starts setting up his spikes. He predicts my Fiery Dance, but I think I go for it either way. I'm not sure. I just wanted to get as much special attack as possible, I think. So he goes into his Jellicent. I hate that thing so much. And I do go for the Fiery Dance. I have the HP Grass on this set, but it wouldn't have mattered because Jellicent is a special defensive wall, and that'll just knock me out anyway regardless. So I'm going to get a boost from the Fiery Dance and the Choice Specs, and that still isn't going to be enough to take out the Jellicent, which kind of sucks. Because that thing kind of caused a lot of problems for my team. So I get a useless boost. He goes for the Skeld, and if he didn't go for that Skeld, I could have easily killed him the very next turn. So I guess that was a pretty good play for him. So with my Volcarona out of the way, I really don't have any good special attackers besides my Hydreigon. So I know if I switch into it immediately, he'll just go back into his Chansey, but I have to do it anyways. So instead of going for the Dark Pulse, I know that he's going to go into Chansey, so instead I go for the Draco Meteor just to see if I can kill that Chansey. But instead he goes into his Ferrothorn, which is kind of unexpected. Wait a second. I didn't go for Draco Meteor at all. I should have. But I go for a Dark Pulse. Doesn't kill him. And I have to switch out again. So, or wait, why did I stay in? I don't know. maybe I was expecting the flinch hacks. But he gets another leech seed, and I'm forced to take damage from that. So now I think I'm smart enough to switch out. Hopefully I do. We're about to find out, though. So, yeah, I'm gonna switch out, I think, right here. Yes, I do. And I go into my Metagross, just for lulz, and, yeah, I'm gonna take some damage from that Stealth Rock and the spikes, but I don't really care. He goes for another Leech Seed! Come on! What's wrong with you? Oh my goodness. He predicted that switch so well. Well, actually, it wasn't really prediction. It was kind of obvious, so he just wanted to seed another one of my guys. If I still had my Virizion, I could have pounded the hell out of that Ferrothorn. In fact, I think I could have knocked his whole team out with the Virizion if it never got that toxic. Or it was outspeeded. But anyways, he goes into his Jellicent again. I'm going to go for the Meteor Mash. Just because. Yeah. Wait, no, I went for the... Why did I go for the Hammer Arm? Why did I go for the Hammer Arm? I should have expected that Jellicent switch. If I did and went for the Meteor Mash, Jellicent would have been history. Then I could have just knocked another Pokemon out. Now I have to switch out again, and I go into my Hydreigon again, just to see what will happen. And the Jellicent goes for the Toxic. And I'm just like, I may as well just leave this Feint for fodder now, because the next time I switch in, I'm just going to die to Stealth Rock, a hit, Toxic, so I'm just going to stay in now. And he withdraws, and he goes into his Chansey again. I think this time, I go for the Draco Meteor. And I do. That was a really good play going to Chansey, actually, because now I have lowered special attack, and I really can't harm him at all, so I have to stay in anyway and just see if I can get some good damage on someone. So that's what I'm going to do. So he goes into his Ferrothorn again, and I am going to go for a Draco Meteor once more, even though it's This is why you don't do pre-recorded narrations, guys, because you don't know what you're gonna do. Well, anyways, I ended up switching out and went into my Metagross. He went for Leech Seed, and yeah, that was kind of bad. I don't know why I don't live narrate battles. Like, it's kind of stupid. I just don't understand. I should have done it while recording. Forget it. I don't like ranting about this kind of stuff. It gets on my nerves every now and then. So I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to go into my Salamence this time. And I think he sets up another layer of spikes here. I'm just going to take a lot of hefty damage from the Stealth Rock. Yeah, he goes for the spikes. And now I have to stay in and just hope I can kill the Ferrothorn. So the Ferrothorn's going to switch out, and I think he goes into his... he goes into his Magnezone. I decided to go for the Fire Fan regardless of what would happen next. Maybe I should have just went with the Earthquake. Who knows? I don't know. So I go for the Fire Fan again to kill off that Magnezone. Maybe it was a Scarf Magnezone. Maybe he thought he could have just started some shenanigans with me, but I run the Choice Scarf too, so I would have outspeeded regardless. I get an attack boost from Moxie. It won't matter here because of the Jellicent, and it's going to take my Fire Feint like a total boss. But I go for the Fire Feint again, and I think I get the Burn Hex on him. No. Or wait, yes I do get the Burn Hex. I'm just going to slowly cook that little jellyfish, but goes for the Recover, and he's just going to start that shenanigans too. But overall, the Burn's going to help me anyway, because I want to deal as much damage to Jellicent as possible. And the Burn is really good for me. So I go for the fire fan again, and it's disabled now. Doesn't even matter because it's gonna kill me with the skeleton, I think. Wait a second. Oh my goodness, I live. And this is the one turn that I use struggle. I never ever use it. Like, it's amazing. I finally get to use struggle in battle for once. And despite my attack boost, that doesn't kill. He's just gonna recover stall again, like an annoying Jellicent. Well, so much for Salamence doing a lot of good work for my team, but he brought some pretty good walls for my team, I guess. That's all I can really say, because combined with the Chansey and Jellicent, they cause a lot of problems for my team. I can't really work around them well for future reference. So I'm going to go into my Hydreigon again, and I am going to go for the... what do I go for? I don't even know anymore. I go for the Draco Meteor again. I get some stabs, so I guess it's an okay hit for Ferrothorn, but yeah. So much for Hydreigon doing work for my team too. Both my dragons are now gone. Gone like the wind. Like, it's almost gone like something that was in a Black Friday sale. It's just there 1 minute and next minute everyone's got that same product and you're left with nothing. That's pretty much what the situation is. And I'm going to get another special attack drop, but he sets up the spikes knowing that I'm going to die to the Toxic. But unfortunately for him, I think I live with 1 HP. 1 HP. Because that's how special Hydreigon is. She gets a last shot at the Ferrothorn, and I'm going to do exactly that. I was hoping for a crit here to get rid of that Ferrothorn, but nope. Chuck Testa. Nothing. So he sets up yet another layer of spikes, but he's already got enough spikes on the field. So he gets the leftovers recovery, and I die to the Toxic. Then both my dragons are dead. And now I think I'm dwindling on like 2 or 3 Pokemon left. So I'm going to go into my Metagross again. And this Metagross is just my lifesaver in this match, to be honest, because just look at that. I'm down to 40 HP. He withdraws to his the Ferrothorn, goes into his Jellicent here. And surprisingly, I think I managed to take it out. And I'm going to go for the Meteor Mash anyway, just to see if I can get some good damage. And yeah, that'll be pretty much it for the Jellicent, because I'm going to take it out with a Meteor Mash. Because if the Bullet Punch is useless, I know I can outspeed the Jellicent here. I just want to get maximum damage on this guy and see if I can get an attack raise. So yeah. Unfortunately for me, I get the attack boost from the Meteor Mash. And that's going to help me for taking out the rest of this guy's team. Metagross, you are one sexy hoeing Pokemon. I'm just going to give you that. So he brings in his Arcanine, and I think here, the game is over for me pretty much. And I'm going to take that Intimidate because I have Clear Body. And I go for the Bullet Punch. Just see if I knock it out, but I don't. And surprisingly, he goes for the Wild Charge. I think he predicted me going into his Jellicent, but no, he said it was a misclick. And I live that with, like, I think it was like 8 hit points. But anyways, if he went for the Flare Blitz instead of misclicking, I would have just lost this battle. But unfortunately, you know, we kind of misclick, and that kind of screws us up. So I'm going to take out the whatchamacallit, the Arcanine, and I will probably never see another Arcanine in OU again. Those things are just downright terrible to use. So he goes into his Ferrothorn, which is his last Pokemon, and I'm going to outspeed and just go for the Hammer Arm, and that will be the match, and I won. So until then, oh yeah, by the way, useless critical hit. So, until then, be sure to watch some of my other videos. Give this one a like. leave a comment in the description or whatever you want to call it, and hit that subscribe button. There will be plenty more videos in the future. So far, this team has been doing a lot of work for me, so I'm really looking forward to use this in the future. Till then, I'm going to sign out. This is Stray Arctica 9000 signing out. Ciao! Yeah!